Uh, alright. Let me pull it up on my phone so I can read chat. I doubt there's gonna be any chat because I steady get 0 viewers. But, whatever. Hold on. I did not expect there to be a newsletter. Like this is a completely random not planned stream. Toby Fox just released this shit and I saw it because I opened Blue Sky. Like literally an hour ago he dropped the newsletter. Also I saw that on Deltarune.com/chapter 5 I got an update. So now you can scroll down and I fucking hate Toby Fox. But then if you click on it, you get this. Whatever the fuck this means. Wait, is this how much of it's done? What is this gun? Oh, wait. The game is 7B's the map is almost done, the cutscenes are almost done, the battles are not very much done, but what does this mean? Maybe this is the game itself overall, and because the battles is dragging it down. I'm not sure. I don't know what Toby Fox means by this, but judging by how it says progress, I think my theory of this being status update for Deltarune chapter 7 side B is probably right. But let's get back to the newsletter. It's summer. Can summer be over yet? Oh, that's cute. Wait. Is this just for the newsletter? Because then, if so, then our Rudy falling down theory is completely batshit fucking wrong. Chapter 5 released around a month ago. Deltarune Chapter 5 released. It's just take me, yeah. Did you notice? Yeah, we noticed. I'm pleased with the response to Chapter 5. Many friends told me they loved it, and some even cried a bit. Everyone's experience may vary, but if the game resonated deeply with a few players, I feel confident and I'm moving forward in the right direction. Now that it's been a bit, I have a lot of info and concept to share about Chapter 5 to share. So click here to check it out. Whoa. Okay, that's gonna take forever to list. It's just this is cool. Let's talk about Chapter 5. Concepts and gameplay. Before its release, I described Chapter 5 as a fun chapter. Hopefully everyone understands what I meant by that, which is that it's fun. Anyway, there aren't any more chapters where we focus on goofy, attention-hungry Darknet characters with the potential to win a weird popularity contest. But thinking about the structure of the story, I think it was a perfect spot to do it one more time. Even though it's only been 4 chapters since Chapter 1, I want Chapter 5 to feel like a mix of nostalgic fun mixed with new, unforeseen concepts. The music from Chapter 1 of Deltarune characters that reference concepts from Undertale, etc. As for the new elements, this time we've added a platforming system where you can jump around, attack, and act. Development started in October 2021 with on-and-off program by OnDev, creator of games such as Trez Bashers. Eventually, towards the end of Chapter 4, other members of the team were then able to take Undy's prototype and develop it further. Wait, this is awesome. 30 seconds. I'd say the platforming segment's probably like the best, one of the best parts of Chapter 5. It was really cool. As usual, we created tons of prototypes. There were a few design challenges with the platforming system. I feel quite happy about its implementation in the final game, but here are some things we had to be concerned about. There's Aqua. There's Yellow. Orange. Blue. So what is he supposed to be concerned about? Is that it's like 2 bullet hell? Like this is like bullet 7th layer or some shit? We prototyped platforming, and then for each flower color, but not all were used. This is an RPG game with a focus on character interaction. If it turns completely into an action platformer, it carries the risk of making the player feel like, why the fuck am I playing knockoff Hollow Knight? Instead of feeling like they're playing Deltarune. Yeah. In order to inject some unique character-based elements in the gameplay, the platforming act system was developed in October of 2024. A large amount of the acts were considered for each character, but ultimately we found it most intuitive to just have Hanging with Rousey and Rude Buster with Susie. Another important Deltarunism was adding a lot of stupid optional dialogue for doing different things in the platforming mode, as well as having a couple RPG encounters successful during that mode. This kept the mood from drifting too far from the main game. I personally like pancakes better because like one of the last times I ate waffles, I threw up afterwards, and it just like kind of ruined it for me, I guess. Not to say that I hate pancakes, of course. I mean waffles. But generally, I like pancakes better. Another thing we had to keep in mind was that this could be someone's first experience playing a platformer game, a terrifying thought, but technically possible. Nothing in the game has demanded any platforming skills before this, so we kept the actual jumping challenges rather simple. On the other hand, it was way too fun to make difficult challenges, so we tried to include a couple of those in optional areas. I hope you enjoyed them. Why did it play the weird root jingle? What the fuck? What the hell? Why did it play the good weird root jingle? Toby, what the fuck? What is that? Why is that here? Why? We prototyped various puzzle concepts where you had to swap between both gameplay styles, but most of them ended up a little too clunky and hard to understand. Besides the platforming and other general challenges, another general challenge was writing a chapter that introduces 8 different characters to the main story without destroying the pacing. However, putting aside how good an idea that is in the first place, I feel like I managed to pull this off fairly well, showing off all the individual qualities of the different flowers without dragging the story down. Among my friends, everybody had a different favorite flower, and every flower was someone's favorite, so that's all I can hope for. That's cool. Constantly carries a jacket over his shoulder he never wears. 10 years ago, everyone was misspelling Flowey as flowery, and it was driving me crazy. So I thought, wouldn't it be funny if there's another golden character that was actually named Flowery, and everyone can misspell his name as Flowey too? This golden flower, Gold, was able to become his own Mary Sue character in form of Flowery. He's trying to be perfect, but he doesn't know anything about what it's like to really live. His interpretation of the ideal man is totally alien and over the top. He looks like a generic anime guy and is far taller than a normal human. And it's probable he chose his own theme song and plays it himself somehow, which, by the way, is basically a crappy misremembered version of um, only 8 seconds of the Full House theme song. Why did he censor house? And he must think this is awesome. What is Full House, a slur or something? You can think of the other flower characters in a similar fashion. Their designs may be strange, but that's because they had to decide who they wanted to be for themselves. I wonder what inspired each of their dreams. It's not really important, to be honest, but it's fun to think about. Hopefully none of this comes across as new information. I'm simply pointing out what's in the game. By the way, here's some concept art from Toko Yadabe of Studio Kara for the animation. Her early concept art for the animation determined Flowery's final outfit. Can I go back to the previous page? Not that previous page. Where the fuck am I? Where am I? Okay. Get back to where I was. He has different appearances in different situations, like when characters have an inconsistent design like this. I like when characters have an inconsistent design like this, especially for a character like him. Maybe the inconsistency is his fault. Here's some concept art for the other flowers. How many eyes do humans have again? Why are her nails bloody? I didn't have any trouble drawing her. She's obviously inspired by Toho. By the way, hey, the other day, I talked to someone and they didn't know what Toho was. So I was like, Bad Apple? And they were like, huh, I thought that was a Hatsune Miku thing. It's not even sung by Hatsune Miku. Not this fucking face. The character Seth inspired by the character named Seth from Illusion of Gaia. They're both purple and wear glasses, but they don't have any other similarities beyond that. Originally, Seth's first concept had white hair and skin that was a bit more lavender in tone. When I showed it to my friends, they just said, that's just, from Steven Universe, so I changed it. Oh my god, what the fuck is that? Green's appearance is inspired by that I saw of my friend Splendid Land. He designed Hacker, Ambulance, and a couple other great guys. She didn't even know about this character until the game came out, though. Wow, that took one attempt. I love Orange. She's awesome. It was hard to express the joy in her expression in having such a small sprite. Look at her. Look at her. Anyway, it was important to have one of the characters be a mouse to make it absurdly obvious how distorted their idea of humanity is. She's so cute. Art! This'll never fucking load. How many fingers? Oh my god, he had a beard! What the fuck? How many fingers do humans have again? I can't fucking read that. What does that say? He had two designs. In the earlier one from October 2016, he has more of a beard and was a cool collected guy. Then I redrew him later in January 2020. He takes some inspiration from Woody. Oh my fucking god! Fuck off! he takes some inspiration from Woody from Toy Story. He was foreshadowed a bit in Chapter 3 with some of the bath curtains. I think that's kind of the full extent of the intentional, well, big play on intentional cowboy foreshadowing I've done in my life. Fuck off, Toby. Oh wow, Blue's just always been majestic. In the game, he has a different hairstyle during his face sprite. I thought it'd be fun to provide multiple possibilities for what he looks like. I had two guest artists on this chapter to design enemies. No. All actually designed 4 enemies for this chapter. Shinobeetle, Terracotta, the Pot Archer, and the Mantis Dancer. Ultimately, only 2 of them were used in Chapter 5 anyway. I like the Mantis Dancer and the Archer. Hitoshi Ariga is a Japanese artist who's mostly well known for drawing the manga Rockman Megamix and designing a number of Pokemon, including the recently beloved Sneasler. I don't know who that is. I'm not really like entwined with Pokemon nowadays. Oh, I think I've seen this one. Yeah, that's cool. Fluttermane. Oh, I gotta Google all these. Alright. I think I've seen that one too. It's cute. And Ogerpon. I'm not like entwined with like Pokemon nowadays. I play Gen 2. Aw. Right, they're all cute. However, did you know that he also drew character sprites for many classic games, including Illusion of Gaia? Wow. Anyway, he drew a bit of a Toby Fox character, and then I made some modifications to it for the game. Oh, that's the fox. That's the fox thing. By the way, he and his family are immensely awesome and kind people. Many people helped out with the music also. Hard to believe it that this guy was a kid when he made his first Undertale jazz album. I'm super glad to feature him in the game. I originally featured his music in an early trailer for Deltarune, but as long as we were featuring a fancy version of Field of Hopes and Dreams, I wanted to make the battle theme fancy too. For this song, I arranged the demo the first dozen seconds, and then that alongside a few minutes of me playing piano and singing. I also provided text description for each part. Camellia did all of the actual work beyond that, lol. Anyway, the chiptune demo I gave him was originally just the first 8 seconds of this, plus the melody I added, but some more, just now to make it worth listening. Thanks. It's pretty good. I actually tried to complete. I actually tried to create the song by myself multiple times. Even tried to collaborate with different musicians to try to do a live version with vocals. Nothing turned out right with the samples I was using, so I ended up begging Camellia to arrange it. Here's the earliest piano outline. Guess we're not there. It's Swanty the Flower Man. I made an outline of this song, she arranged it, and then I mixed it back together with my own instruments. Also, for the logo, it was inspired by the Sailor Moon R eye catch. Also, the creator of Fields of Mystria, Claire, drew Pink's talking sprites and basic overworld sprites for Chapter 5. She was a great friend that encouraged me immensely to complete Undertale, so I'm super happy I got to work with her. Okay, thanks. What's next? Chapter 5 was a really fun chapter, and with that last big burst of craziness out of the way, I'm sure everyone is eager for Deltarune to start tackling the main mysteries of the game. Me too. With Chapter 5 completed, the last of the necessary setup for Chapter 6. From Chapter 6 onward, there are no more wacky, silly adventures, and you will begin to start to see the results of the setup that has been made so far. Chapter 6 is a shorter, straightforward chapter that focuses on one aspect of the story. Because of that, many things are still not touched on here. In fact, it may surprise you what was missing. But one thing will be clarified whether you're ready or not. Some of you say, wait, you need to make more chapters. Wait, you need to make the chapters longer, not shorter. That's an extremely reasonable concern, but by the end of Chapter 7, I'm 100% sure you'll understand why I feel confident about the way I'm telling the story. Don't worry about the pacing until it's over. I believe we'll be able to release Chapter 6 in 2027. Chapter 6 would be released by itself in any case, in case there's any question about that. Recently, I finished writing a few more sequences towards the last third of Chapter 6 and rearranging the runes to fit the new structure. Once we make these adjustments and tie everything together, we'll be able to play a rough draft of the chapter from the beginning to the end. Barring any major restructuring, the main things that will continue to need development time are the boss of the chapter and polishing cutscenes. Speculation, theories. Personally, I don't really read or watch theories. That's because I already know what my game is. However, I think it's amazing that people think about the game so much. It's not an exaggeration to think, to say that thinking about this game can be just as much of an experience as playing as it. Anyone who keeps thinking about it, like I have, gets my highest blessing. So, imagining what could happen and trying to think about the meaning of this game is very cool. However, I do think it's important not to mention, sometimes you don't have all of the information, or I had a different expectation about how certain information would be interpreted or combined. Anyway, while I think it's good to keep an open mind to what will ultimately happen, I want to say that you guys should keep having as much fun as you can. Speculative art, stories, and theories that you come up with, while the game is still ongoing, and will forever be special, because this is the only time such things can ever be created. All of you are creating a time capsule unique to this single fleeting moment in time, and I think that's something to be incredibly proud of. Isn't it great that you're here right now, playing this thing as it comes out? What's Girona? When I was younger, my older sibling would say a stupid enemy style made up move names and then pretend to attack me. One was, "It's my Girona." It's my Girona. A couple of phrases are also references like that, including unused voice clips of Blingo Blizzard.
A Blingo Blizzard.
My sibling encouraged me to add, "It's my hummingbird," as another quote to the game, but I haven't done that yet. Will I ever? What's Kiki? Kiki is my cat that won't shut up. She gets incredibly noisy every second you don't play with her. She watched her room on TV and didn't understand it was her. She's like if a cat's brain was put into a cat's body. Oh, really? The song in the room is the song that I sing to her every day because I love her. It's not fan service for you, but it's a Kiki service for her, even though she doesn't like it. She's bothering me right now. New merch? Fangamer has released merchandise for Chapter 5. More items are planned, as well as some items from previous chapters too, like Queen plush or something. I'd buy Queen plush. This is cool. I need that aqua keychain right this fucking instant. By the way, I told Fangamer not to expect to make too much merchandise for Chapter 7 and 6. Anything else? I desire and enjoy the corn. Happy summer and enjoy the corn. What the fuck? Alright then. That's it, I guess. Let's read the comments. Oh wait, I'm on Pale Moon, so nothing's gonna fucking load. Is it just people talking about the 7B shit? Yeah, that was interesting. I can't wait for Chapter 6. That shit's about to be peak. So those are the only things on screen. Alright. These are all still the same, right? still a red dot? Or is it empty now? I think at some point it became empty. I don't remember. And then there's this. Alright. Well, that's it, I guess. Alright. See y'all later, I guess.